chronic absenteeism is at about 13%, and in Michigan overall it is 18%, which is 5% above the national average.
As you can see in the bottom right of your charts, there is a graph showing Michigan's absentees comparing other states.
At 660 schools in the state of Michigan, more than 30% of those schools have chronic absence rates at above 10%. In Brighton, Hartland, and Howell alone, 9.27% of the total 19,706 students are chronically absent. I had a survey run at Hartland High School, and I got back an average of 86 students per day. Just at Hartland High School, grades 9 through 12 are students absent. Our intended solution for this issue is called the at-home learner. The at-home learner is meant to provide an easy and accessible way for students to learn from home. Our intended solution is engineering software that is played through a small camera at the back of the classroom, mainly focused towards core classes at high schools in Michigan. And the engineered software will allow students to access this program from home so that they can attend class and get the visual and auditory learning that you don't get through other online learning like K-12 learning, which is our biggest competitor in the field, where the lessons are pre-recorded by professors and teachers that you have no personal connection to, and that is why our product is superior to that. I'll throw it over to Ryan, and he will quickly explain our prototype, which can be found at the top right corner of your handout.
Thank you. As Vincent said, at the top right corner is our prototype. There's a small chip that the teacher will hold that the 360-degree camera will follow the teacher, so the students will be able to clearly understand the lesson, as well as a 4K quality vision on the camera, so the students at home will be able to clearly understand what's going on. And there's also a microchip, so they will be able to hear the teacher speak.
Our main risk in creating this company is that students will not utilize this. Is there any questions? So the intended use for this would be the student would actually log in through our program at a computer or on an iPhone or iPad through a website that we would create, and this would allow them to view the class at the time that the class is at that day. What do you mean by if something goes wrong? Okay, so the cameras, you will be able to live stream the video during the class hours. However, if something did happen and one of those systems fail, the pre-recorded live stream will actually be stored onto the website, and the teacher will have to grant you permission to access that. That just is used so that students can't go on there and just sign in to say that they're there and then not watch it and rewatch it later.
Do you think that there could be an issue that students may not come to school just for this?
Well, so we would have to receive some sort of regulations from the high school or from the schools that they're implemented at. But we would set up some sort of regulation so that students couldn't abuse it, and that it would, as soon as they hit a certain amount of days watched, like per week or month, it would end them.
As well as with that question, we'd have questions throughout the lesson so that the teacher can see that the student is following along.
Nice job.
Thank you.
I'm going to give our judges just a couple of minutes to write.
All right, really, go ahead.
So I'm Bailey Bergdorf, and I'm the founder of Speak Up. And we are a nonprofit service that teaches the warning signs, where to get help, and what it means to have a mental illness. So roughly 44,965 Americans die every year from suicide. And for every one suicide committed, there are at least 25 attempts. Now in Michigan, there are roughly 2,000 suicides per year, and it is the second leading cause of death for young teens. So with 62% of teens going without proper treatment for depression and anxiety, it is a major problem. So our target is elementary to high schoolers, and we go in and we inform them as to what it is to have mental illness and try to take down that stigma that revolves around it, that we are told is in our head and is completely made up and that we just need to get over it. So what we want to do is we want to go in and we want to talk to schools, and we would run activities with the students and with the kids, and we would teach them about self-love, what are some of the warning signs, what can you do for your friends if they aren't feeling right and they don't know what to do and they're scared to go to their parent. So what we would do is we would supply them with suicide hotline or breakthrough online, where you can talk to online counselors, because not all kids have the means to go to like a La Casa because they can't get there if they can't drive. So we would give them both physical places to go to get help and online so they could talk to someone. And the way we would generate money is we would fundraise through fun runs and small activities through schools. We would charge a small fee to the schools that we would come into, or offices, depending on who wants our help. And we would put all of that back into our presentations and mental health professionals that we would have hired and come in. And we would also be selling wristbands to generate even more money with suicide hotline number printed on it or the website printed on it. So as another form of getting the word out there and giving them those, access to all those informations and counselors. No, it would be solely for the purpose of informing and giving kids that outlet to get the help they want without necessarily having to put themselves out in the open and be vulnerable. So if they're scared to talk about it with their parent, which can sometimes be challenging, they can go to a counselor online and no one would ever have to know, but they could get the proper help. Well, we would interact with everyone, but it is focused on those kids, but we would interact with everyone and everyone would get the information, whether they necessarily need it or not, because not only are we trying to get the kids that struggle with mental illness, or we would also want to inform others. So you might not necessarily feel sad or you might not have anxiety, but being aware that others do generally can help them feel as well. So being conscious of other people and how you treat them, it's just an ongoing cycle of trying to spread positivity.
If you're online, any available 24 hours, is it a paid chat or is it about?
So what's great about this is that those hotlines are available 24 hours a day, and they lead you directly to a counselor, and they are always free. So if I was feeling sad and couldn't express my emotions properly, I could call Suicide Hotline and talk to a mental health professional.
Are your workers paid?
Yeah, so that's what like the small fee, because we would come in and hire, because we'd have mental health professionals that can give kids the information they need. So a small portion that we fundraise would go to them, but everything else would go into the activities that we plan for the kids.
So unfortunately, Evan wasn't able to join James this year. So there's only one person there. All right, James.
All right. Hello. Today I'm presenting you my new product called OxyBox. Here in Livingston County, agriculture is big. Up to 40% of the land in Livingston County is used for agriculture. Unfortunately, studies show that up to 50% of foods produced end up being wasted. If you guys are like me, you know that wasting food feels awful. But we have a solution for you. It's called OxyBox. OxyBox works by lowering oxygen levels inside of a box or container, and then can keep fruit and vegetables from spoiling. We envision that OxyBox could be used in stores and markets to collect the fruits that are not sold. It could be used in households for families to have fruits but never really use them all. Oxybox works by using a crystalline cobalt salt, which absorbs oxygen from the air, and it's, for lack of a better term, it's a very powerful, substance. Just a bucket full of it can suck out the oxygen from an entire room. So, again, it would be a very good thing to put in your stocks. Hold on. All right, and our target market, who are we going to sell it to? They're going to be people 30 years or older, stores, businesses, people who could appreciate the use of our product the most. And the location of our business, where are we going to set up shop? It'll be in the industrial park in Howell, Michigan, near the high school. We will not have our own store, rather we will sell at other major stores like Meijer, Lowe's, Walmart, basically where people are more likely to be found. All right. And we're good.
Any questions?
Is there anyone else doing anything like
Well, I have researched some of the competition. There is a box by Rubbermaid, but the boxes are small. They're meant to go in the fridge. What we're proposing with Oxybox is a larger box for storage, and with the cobalt salt, it's a much more powerful oxygen absorbent, so it can keep the air in there oxygen free, guaranteed. Well, food that's not in the box would rot normally in 2 to 3 days. With our box, we could extend it to up to several weeks, which is a significant improvement. No, the salt shouldn't be toxic in any way, so if you ingest it, it wouldn't be bad for you. Yeah, because if a bucket full could do that, but just the lining on a box wouldn't have such a major effect on a room.
Do you have to keep changing cobalt?
No, the lining, it can work indefinitely and you can keep it there.
They manufacture it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it would be lining the boxes as we put it through the factory.
So hi, I'm Griffin Newer, for any of you who don't know me out there. For 3 years now, I ran a small business in Hartland called AFC Landscaping. I started it as a sophomore in high school when I was 15 years old with one of my best friends. We had a truck and some tools, and we'd literally do what the name stands for, anything for cash. We'd move furniture, we'd dig holes, we'd put down mulch. Anything people would pay us to do, we'd go do. So after the first year, my best friend took a position at Nike, and I had a truck and the same work ethic, and I took it over and really kind of expanded it into AFC Landscaping that it is today. So what we do is literally anything. We'll move furniture, we'll dig holes, we'll put down mulch and rock, we'll do complete house redos on the landscaping, as well as remove trees. So anything you can think of, we'll do. And we try to do it the best we can at the lowest cost. We kind of serve a niche market in the community of Hartland and all the surrounding areas, of the point where bigger companies don't want to take the jobs on, and there's not a lot of smaller companies like us to fill those gaps. So we do, mainly a lot of our bids are under $1,000. We do the occasional over $1,000 bid, but those are markets that necessarily the big ones in Hartland like Horizon and Beauchamps don't really want to take care of. We've also gained a lot of experience and built a lot of relationships with the local suppliers. So Beauchamps and Hartland is nice enough to give us a discount, and as well as I've been working with a builder in Howell named Steve Grono, who has helped me and has taught me kind of run some equipment and has taught me a lot there. which kind of transitions into why I'm here today. So I'm here because I want to take my sole proprietorship to a LLC and insure it, and that way I can start taking on commercial jobs as well as more residential jobs for people who might not want to hire a kid with a truck and a whole bunch of other kids in his truck who are going to come to here landscaping. So that's the main reason I'm here today, is I'm looking for this money to kind of grow the company, register as an LLC, get some insurance, and move forward in the big old landscaping industry where companies are a dime a dozen. So we really want to set ourselves apart. We want to do that by, number one, with some of this money, I want to get everyone who works on our crew a t-shirt. We wear these neon orange t-shirts. They're really easy to see. Everyone knows who we are when they're driving through the community. They say AFC on them. I want to make sure that everyone has them. We have about 6 part-time employees, and they're all Hartland High School students or went to Hartland High School. So it's a great way. We try to give back to the community. If we work an 8-hour day, I always make sure to buy all my guys lunch. It's really, I try to make it a fun working atmosphere for people who live in Hartland and go to the school, and so they can make money and work around their sports schedule. So the biggest thing is getting all the workers t-shirts. Then we want to get some yard signs to put down so that everyone kind of recognizes the name AFC Landscaping along the community. And then we got to get a couple new tools as well as register with the county and state as an LLC and an insurance. So that's kind of where the money would go. But everything we do, we go from anywhere in the state and we'll do anything. So we've been to Royal Oak, Kego Harbor, up to Clio. If you call us, we'll come. And there's just a whole bunch of Hartland kids who get in the truck and go do some work. Any questions?
So you presently doing this for the last couple of years?
Yes, that's correct.
I think that you maybe after there particular kind of problem that you solved.
Yeah, we solved the problem of, so big companies in Hartland don't necessarily want to take on these small jobs. If you need, say, 5 yards of mulch put down, they're going to charge you a lot more than we would because they're looking to make a lot of money where we're looking, we're high schoolers. We just want to get by and make a little bit of money. So where my profit margin on putting 5 yards of mulch down might be $80 to $100, say a bigger company in Hartland might be looking to $200 or $300 profit margin. So we're serving a niche market of jobs that are not big enough for those big companies to want to take on and pursue, where we can kind of come in and take over.
So you mentioned that you want to expand and get more into getting into helping grow your business.
Yes.
You say anything for cash, are you looking to build and become one of these businesses?
Not necessarily to where we get out of the. It's hard to say. I mean, I love doing landscaping. It's something I really enjoy. I plan on doing it for the next coming years. Is it something that I maybe want to make a career of and really push towards becoming one of the big fish in this area? It's possible, but for now, I just kind of want to take that next jumping step of maybe taking on a little bit of commercial work, more residential, becoming a little bit well-known where if people need someone who's honest, reliable, and hardworking in the area, they think of, say, my name instead of, Beauchamp or Horizon or someone bigger.
How do people find you now? Do you advertise?
Our biggest advertisement is Facebook, so my mother is a huge help. She has 1,000 Facebook friends, so she'll post something and share it, and I'll have my phone ringing off the hook instantly. And that's the main way. And then referrals, and I mean, the big thing is the t-shirts. The reason I want those is as soon as people see our t-shirts in the subdivision, they'll run over and ask us, and we picked up 5 jobs last year just from people running over and seeing our name and asking for quotes. Thank you.
Hello. So today, the term security has a completely different meaning than it did in the past. And so we've created a company. It's called Secure Scan Incorporated. And basically, at the entrance of every school and the exit, there will be a scanner, and the student can pass by it with their ID card, and it will take attendance for them at every class hour. They will have a scanner in front of the door, and you scan your car, that takes attendance for you. And that eliminates the error of teachers taking attendance wrong, obviously.
So imagine a high school full of students not having to worry about no fear of, let's say, school shootings or mass shootings occurring. With this, we will allow the students to punch in their card and the doors unlock, the main doors of the high school. As of recently, there has been some information found out that a man, I believe 2 hours away from Howell High School, has been looking through information that has caused suspicion that has recently made the FBI look into it. And us, Howell High School students, just recently found out about it. And this brings a mixed emotions to how we feel as a community. And with this, we would like to tone down the amounts of school shootings, mass shootings as well.
So what our company does is it keeps everyone accounted for. As soon as they walk in the doors and their card scans in, they're accounted for. If they leave, the card will scan out. The main office will know what they're doing, where they're at. It'll keep everything on track. And the scanner at the main entrance, say someone comes in late one day, they can sign in right at the door. And that, because at our school the doors are often like unlocked, and someone could just walk in, potentially a weapon or something, and hurt the security guard there. So they would just sign in right at the door and come on in.
As of November 12th of this year, there has been 308 mass shootings. To be considered a mass shooting,
Next question.
so think of the basic student ID. What it's going to be is it's going to have it's going to be able to be swiped at every entrance. So instead of having a separate ID for both school and just the security doors, we will have one put together. And once we create that, there's going to be in the office, if let's say a student loses their ID, they can go to the office and the office will go through the system and they will shut down or cancel that ID card, and they can print off another one for the student. We are hoping to one day move out to business office buildings and make those safe as well. But we're more focused on starting off with schools around Livingston County.
You see an issue when everybody comes to school in the morning, two minutes at one time?
Well, with different, I'd say different people, me personally, have never been stuck in line walking into the high school. And with the buses that come in, there's always, students walk in not all at once, it's more organized in a line. Well, we would be more focused on the goodness and making sure that students are secure and safe. Yes, we're going to be looking for profit, but we are mostly focused on making our schooling district better and moving out, making Livingston County a better, safer place.
So I'm Mackenzie Garland. Recently, after hearing the news that someone we know died of a drug overdose while she was 7 months pregnant, I knew it was an epidemic that was rising in our community. Over 1,700 people die of drug overdoses every single year in Michigan. 200 of those are in Livingston County. I have created a nonprofit organization called Reclaim Me. It's for women who have addictions, heroin, any addiction in Livingston County. It is a retreat located on 72 acres in Livingston County. It can house up to over 50 ladies. It has a kitchen, arcade room, and many other like rooms for these ladies to stay. Anyone can anonymously apply whether they have a drug addiction or their family member thinks that they have a drug addiction. The addicts will spend 2 weeks at the retreat in Livingston County. And they will hear from survivors who have survived an addiction, and they will meet with counselors every single day for 2 weeks straight. They'll do activities, nightly seminars, they'll cook together, they'll do crafts, they'll hang out with each other, talk with each other, and realize like they're not the only ones that have an addiction. The cost that we're looking at right now is $500,000, but we're asking the community for help from businesses and organizations that want to help donate or believe in our idea and stand behind it. So our risk for this is obviously not getting enough donations in order to house these women for 2 weeks. After the 2-week mark is up, obviously they aren't going to be fully healed from their addiction yet. So we have partnered with Advanced Counseling Services, and they're going to get 6 months free to these ladies who are struggling with addiction. Our competition is Home of New Vision, which is a recovery home in Livingston County. The difference between my idea and them is they only house ladies up to a few days. We plan to house them up to 2 weeks. So our goals is within 2 or 3 years of opening, we're going to open a house for men also. And the only reason why I chose women is because I can obviously relate being a woman myself. I can come up with craft ideas, fun cooking activities for them to do. But then we're also going to create a men's retreat for men that have like addictions in Livingston County also. Facebook, mainly social media, meeting with like counseling services in Livingston County who like have people that like they know obviously have an addiction problem, so they can send them to our retreat. Reclaim Me. Reclaim Me. We're gonna have like pharmacists, obviously, because they can't just like cold turkey, stop their drugs. So we're gonna have like pharmacist people that are gonna give them drugs like every single day to ease them off their addiction. And we're also gonna have like counseling people, chefs that can teach them like how to cook. It's just like basically where like these ladies get together and realize like they're not the only people who have addictions in Livingston County. So.
Is that 500,000? Is that the land?
Yeah.
And
That's the house itself. So that doesn't include like how we have to like pay our employees. So everyone that's working at the house too. So it's just for the house itself. It's a huge house, 72 acres. And I chose it because it's really peaceful, quiet, So it's like a long driveway. They go back there, super peaceful, quiet, and it's a retreat where they get to get away for 2 weeks, and then of course get free service and help afterwards because most addicts aren't willing to reach out for help themselves. Do you have any more questions? Okay. So I'm Mackenzie Yarman. Recently, after hearing the news that someone we know died of a drug overdose while she was 7 months pregnant, I knew it was an epidemic that was rising in our community. Over 1,700 people die of drug overdoses every single year in Michigan. 200 of those are in Livingston County. I have created a nonprofit organization called Reclaim Me. It's for women who have addictions, heroin, any addiction in Livingston County. It is a retreat located on 72 acres in Livingston County. It can house up to over 50 ladies. It has a kitchen, arcade room, and many other like rooms for these ladies to stay. Anyone can anonymously apply whether they have a drug addiction or their family member thinks that they have a drug addiction. The addicts will spend 2 weeks at the retreat in Livingston County, and they will hear from survivors who have survived an addiction, and they will meet with counselors every single day for 2 weeks straight. They'll do activities, nightly seminars, they'll cook together, they'll do crafts, they'll hang out with each other, talk with each other, and realize like they're not the only ones that have an addiction. The cost that we're looking at right now is $500,000, but we're asking the community for help from businesses and organizations that want to help donate or believe in our idea and stand behind it. So our risk for this is obviously not getting enough donations in order to house these women for 2 weeks. After the 2 week mark is up, obviously they aren't going to be fully healed from their addiction yet. So we have partnered with advanced counseling services, and they're going to get 6 months free to these ladies who are struggling with addiction. Our competition is Home of New Vision, which is a recovery home in Livingston County. The difference between my idea and them is they only house ladies up to a few days. We plan to house them up to 2 weeks. So our goals is within 2 or 3 years of opening, we're going to open a house for men also. And the only reason why I chose women is because I can obviously relate being a woman myself. I can come up with craft ideas, fun cooking activities for them to do. But then we're also going to create a men's retreat for men that have like addictions in Livingston County also. Facebook, mainly social media, meeting with like counseling services in Livingston County who like have people that like they know obviously have an addiction problem, so they can send them to our retreat. Reclaim Me. Reclaim Me. We're gonna have like pharmacists, obviously, because they can't just like cold turkey, stop their drugs. So we're gonna have like pharmacist people that are gonna give them drugs like every single day to ease them off their addiction. And we're also gonna have like counseling people, chefs that can teach them like
how to cook. It's just like basically where like these ladies get together and realize like they're not the only people who have addictions and Livingston County. So
Is that 500,000? Is that the land?
yeah,
And,
that's the house itself. So that doesn't include like how we have to like pay our employees. So everyone that's working at the house too. So it's just for the house itself. It's a huge house, 72 acres. And I chose it because it's really peaceful, quiet. So it's like a long driveway. They go back there, super, super peaceful, quiet, and it's a retreat where they get to get away for 2 weeks. And then, of course, get free service and help afterwards because most addicts aren't willing to reach out for help themselves. Do you have any more questions?
And this is my partner.
Patrick Hager.
Our business idea is Helping Hands Market. What we are is we are a local health discounted food store who gets our produce from local farms and farmers markets.
So our target market is going to be the impoverished people of Livingston County and specifically Hartland, because approximately 7.9% of people in Hartland are below the poverty line and struggle to find food sources that are stable.
So our competition would mostly be Gleaner's Food Bank because they are a food bank, which is in the name. We're not necessarily a food bank. We offer a little bit of a twist to that. The other two would be like Aldi's and Trader Joe's. What we do differently is we offer a in-store credit for every 1 hour of charity work done. So we're going to offer a slip of paper that can be signed off by the leader of the community service or charity, and that will be put towards the grocery bill because we believe that no one should go hungry.
So one of the biggest risks involved with our business would be the fact that possibly farmers might not be interested in donating their produce or offering it to us at reduced price. And to help aid them into donating, we are going to offer them in-store advertising. So let's say you're buying carrots from a certain farm, it's going to tell them what farm it's from, so they know the source, and then the farms get free marketing and advertising.
Yeah, like Pat said, it's going to be everything local. We're not going to offer any alcohol, any cold and flu medication. It's strictly going to be like local meats and vegetables. Is there any questions? So we're going to have a facility that's near the local park in Hartland. There's a lot of land out there that is zoned as commercial. So we're going to have a big enough facility where we can store it in back. And then as we need it, we'll bring it up to the front.
But you're a for profit.
Yes. Yes. That's correct. Yes, sir.
How are you going to educate folks that you're putting in the check for the food? How to share it, keep it so that it's not spoiling that it's organic?
Well, we're going to be kind of like a farmer's market, so we're going to be there. So if we see that the food's going bad, we're obviously going to get rid of it, or we're going to donate it before it spoils. Typically with potatoes and things of that sort, they have a shelf life of 2 weeks, non-refrigerated. I believe it's like a month or so if they are refrigerated, and then.
What I mean to say is that how are you going to educate the customers on how to best prepare the food, like educate them?
Similar to what Meyer does, they typically have like pamphlets and such near the produce they're selling that will tell you that kind of information. So it'll tell you how to cook it, where to store it, how to store it, how long it'll last. So something similar to that, as well as informed employees on the subject.
Volunteers that you said that goes towards the food.
Yes, sir. So what our idea is since 7.9% of people are impoverished, that means that they're going nights where they're not eating food or dinner. So what our idea was is we're going to have them so they can volunteer. So there's no excuse for telling the kids, yeah, we're not going to have any food tonight. So that's pretty much how.
So they'll be able to help around in the store or just around the community in general. So picking up parts.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
My name is Alec Pominville, and that's Danny. And our business is the Mobile Barber. I'm on the cross country team at Howell, so during the fall we are very busy. And when I have time at home, I like to stay at home and not have to go out and do errands. And one of those errands that takes me the longest is getting a haircut. Oftentimes when you go to the barber, you stand in line for 45 minutes waiting to get a haircut. And Danny's going to explain more about our business.
All right, let's face it. Americans are impatient people. We don't like waiting in lines. Seen from Secretary of State, waiting in restaurants, waiting in retail stores. We don't like waiting in lines. That's why we provide a simple, efficient structure in our business. You call, make an appointment, and we have barbers that will personally come to your house with all the necessary equipment to effectively cut your hair to any style that you want, and we will come with cleaning supplies, mats, aprons, and little vacuums, portable vacuums, so that there's no mess left afterwards. And that's how we beat the competition, such as Great Clips. We got a lot of local barbers in Howell, downtown Howell especially. A lot of people go down there, but we got this better because we're mobile. We got the company cars. That's just how we're going to roll with it.
We're more cost effective than the other businesses because we don't have to own a storefront and pay for that. We'll come to their house and give a cut there. Also, there's many groups that can't afford to get to the barbershop. Disabled people have a hard time getting into the barbershop. They'd like to stay right in their home. Also, there's a growing number of people that are older and are having a harder time getting out and getting a haircut, and instead they can hire us and we will be at their house and they don't have to leave or get someone else to give them a ride to the barbershop. They can stay more independent.
Questions?
Even one of you plan on being a barber?
No. So we hire people. We have company cars that will go out there. That's mainly our advertisement as well, by the way. The company cars has a logo. We'll hire barbers, professional barbers to go out.
What is the barber
if they're a mobile barber, then they don't have to go to work all day. They can accept schedule an appointment at 2 o'clock and say they have to get their kids off the bus at 3. They can come home at 3 and then go later in the night and get more haircuts then. We have a few things. Like we planned on when they schedule an appointment, the person can choose if they'd like a male or female barber, just so they feel more comfortable in their house.
How will you put out price compared to barber?
Well, we're pretty high premium. We'll accept the lowest is probably, we'll give discounts to anybody with disabilities, veterans, families that have a lot of people that want to get, or like friend groups that are all at one house and want to get a haircut at once. We're going to give them discounts for that. But we will generally price up at tops $150, just because of the margins of gas to get to it. Any more questions?
Hello, my name is Kyle Zacharias, this is Cameron Ryan, and this is Frank Dagenhart, and together we are Safeguard.
Safeguard is a company that puts your family safety above everything else. The terrible truth about this situation is that people overlook that safety of sexual assault and stuff and think that that can't happen around here, that that's not a problem in Livingston County, but really that can be a problem anywhere, and it's not just happening in certain places, it happens everywhere. We need to spread awareness about everywhere, just not one place, because people think it happens in certain places only. And we'd like to share some bad facts with you about how it is.
Some facts are, do you know 1 in 5 women and 1 in 71 men will be sexually assaulted at some point in their life? More than 90% of sexual assault victims on college campuses do not report the assault. Rape is the most underreported crime. 63% of sexual assaults are not reported to police and authorities, and 2/3 of college students experience sexual harassment.
With these horrible facts stated, we believe we have a solution called iShield.
iShield is an application that allows you to contact the proper authorities if needed. Another fact that we thought is important for you to know is that the average response time for police or the proper authorities to arrive at a crime scene is 19 to 25 minutes. That is way too long, and a lot can happen in that time frame. With our partners, our app cuts that time in half with a 9-minute response time so that you feel safe and you have a better response time to get the help that you need.
We decided to partner with Apple. Apple is the #1 phone company. 9 out of 10 most owned devices are Apple made. We decided to work with Apple due to the fact that it'll make the app more reliable and useful. We would also like to partner with Life 360. Life 360 is an app that helps keep your family safe, and it shows your family's location. We would like to add another feature of this, so like you can go into your phone and click when you need help, and like we said, it has quick results that bring help to your family, so like it's another thing to make your family stay safe. And we have these brochures that show our partners and about our app.
So to close, our competition is local help centers and like 911 service operators. We don't like to think of them as competitors because, let's face it, they do so much for our community, it'd almost be rude to call them competitors, but the reason that we feel that we are better than them in this case is that we offer a faster relief system and provide a safe house. The safe houses that we provide, we partner up with local safe houses around the community and the world to make sure that people feel safe and they have a safe place to go so they feel trusted, because another issue to this problem is the fact that people don't know who to turn to, they feel very scared, lonely, and they don't feel that they are the only ones that feel or have had this issue happen to them, and we want to completely change that and make sure that people know where to go, who to talk to, and overall feel safe in our community. Now, do you guys have any questions regarding our company?
Yeah, so you talked about the app at 9-minute response time versus the police 911.
Yeah, yes.
How does that work with police responding?
It is the police responding, but with police standards, we found a report online that by the time you send a call, you send your complaint and your location, it's already probably too late, and that's probably one of the most horrifying facts that we found. With our app, when you hit the button, it will automatically send a response to your location. So people with Life 360 technology, it activates where you are, it'll send it to the most local police because you don't want the police that's like an hour away, because by the time they get the alert, it'll already be too late. With that in mind, we contact local police and authorities around your location with the software so that you feel that like the closest and the most current people in your area are sent to your location to help you. Yes.
Well, okay, so like Apple sometimes, like, you know, on Apple phones, like they have phones or they have apps that come with it. So this is an app that would come with it if you buy an Apple product, but you can still download it on like the Samsung Play Store or any type of thing like that. So like it can be on any smartphone, like it could be on like that, it automatically comes with it. So.
Well, with the safe houses, we want to make sure, as I said before, people feel that they have a place to turn to and go. So when the incident happens, there is an option on your phone that will ask, do you need like professional help? And if you say no, that's fine. But if you need it, it'll automatically like select a safe house near you, making sure that the one you want to go to and like for your specific incident, what happened there, we want to make sure that people get the help that they need. So they will be sent to the nearest one like near them. And we partner up with 8 in Livingston County. We're trying to make a global awareness with the safe houses.
Well, first of all, congratulations to everybody. There was a lot of really good presentation style, content. You guys followed the rubric pretty well. So congratulations to all of you for the first inaugural competition. It was a lot of fun from a judging perspective. In deliberations, it was a little complicated because of the contestants and how well you guys did. It was pretty competitive. So should I announce the third first? Who I am? Oh. Okay, so my name is Scott Reed, and I'm a senior VP of operations for a company called Unique Fabricating in the automotive industry. And then I'll let the other judges introduce themselves, and then we'll go through and announce the winners.
Well, great job tonight, guys and ladies. I was very, you guys did a fine job of presenting and made it challenging for us to figure out who was going to win. But my name is Mike Haran. I started Livingston Concrete in 88 in Hartland, and then we have a business called Ready Wall. We manufacture large retaining wall blocks. So we've been around for 30 years here.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Marlo Venture. I'm Vice President of Innovation, Entrepreneurship, and Diversity at Clear University. And this was a real pleasure for me to participate in this. We can't wait to give you all our feedback. It was, you guys all did a wonderful job, and it was really difficult, but it's really good to see that everyone wants to be an entrepreneur. I am Katie Tuba. I'm the Executive Director at the Hartland Area Chamber of Commerce. Show of hands, who knows what a Chamber of Commerce is? Oh, good. Yes. So we are business-based membership, so local businesses will join the Chamber. We provide services and benefits to help businesses grow in the Hartland area and Livingston County. So that's what we do. And I think we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of this, aren't we? Okay, yeah, they don't care what we do. You want me to start? Okay, so I'm gonna announce third place. And again, it was really difficult. So we have a tie for third. So, and if you want to, when I say your company name and your name, come on up. And I think that's a photo op, isn't it? So the first company tied for third is Frank, Kyle, and Cameron from Safeguard. Someone taking a picture? Here we go. Oh, sorry. Helping Hands, Patrick and Jonathan. Congratulations.
Oh my God. Nice job. Nice job. And then, so the second place winner was Freedom Friends, Zoe.
First place, Mobile Barber, Danny and Alex.
And best presentation, AFC Landscape Griffin.
That's my error. Sorry about that part. Something had to die.
Okay. Great job, everybody.